tukamugeithia muno rucini rwa umuthe ni rucini rwega rucini rurathime ni matanya makwa ati aria hothe muratwira muri rucini ruru muri thayo ni taũ Michael Jenga kuria gwitu mwe muto manjita Jenga wa Mbui no muthenya ni njuga ni thayo ucio niguo twagirwo ni kuiga handu hothe bururi witu waruma na muno makiria bururi wa Gikuyu handu hothe waruma reke tuige thayo tondu ucio niguo ogutuma tukorwo tugihota guthie gikiro kiu kingi rucini rwo muthe ni turenda muno kwariria uhoro wa mugambo wa mbeũ njithi kurai na kigomano kiria kirathirire muthenya wa ira kia the African Summit kiria kiratongoretio ni President William Ruto hamwe na mutongoria wa kuria Baraja Emmanuel Macron na udumwe marakorirwo makiaririria muno nginya mutongoria wa bururi akorirwo akiaririria kindu gigwitwo mbeũ njithi no kiuria kinene ni atiriri mbeũ njithi acio o enyewe ni moyo uria maundu mao mariririo ni moritio uria omekwenda maundu mao makiariririo ing'ang'a-ini ta icio cio nicio ciuria uko tukiania rucini rwo muthe muthe ndina waheshimiwa ndina mundu witwo Wendy Kawira.
Sure.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
Ngeithie rori rucini rwo.
Saseni kwa majina naitwa Kawira Wendy. Nimetoka Kenyatta University representing the KU Comrades na we love you youths na tunajipenda sana. Hatutanyamaza. Mko kadi? Tuko kadi mbaya sana. Tuko kadi.
Hebu utatuelezea mkisema mko kadi kama mnajicount.
Tunajicount vibaya sana.
Mnaongea pamoja, mnazungumziana, mnaulizana mwenye ana na mwenye ako nao. So far mmechukua kadi kivipi?
Tumechukua kadi, kulikuwa na those IBC officials walikuwa around school. We were telling our fellow youths to have those registration voters card. And pia vile wamerudi to the offices of the MPs, to the Huduma centers, we are telling those who never went to the places yenye walikuwa, they should go there. They should visit the Huduma Center, see it registration imefungwa. Twende pale tuchukue kura na 2027 tutoke.
Naenda kwaria ginya Kemero sawa.
Nambalie. Okay, mbumete Mero. By aya Kikuyu. Nasikia Kikuyu.
Kugo naona Kikuyu ni uko utakuaria nini?
Nasikianga lakini kuongea kidogo.
Kerio na Kemero.
Nambari ya Kemero, yes, mbumete Mero. Bore constituency Kirwa Nari na pale pia Kirwa Nari toriuga twekandi
inyuothe
twinthe twekandi
very nice nitukuingira muno ona orocio wa mbeũ njithi kana ni maroya kura na makioya kura kana ni maramenya uria marenda gwika na kura ciao no akaire tukinyite hau twina Angel Buthia karibu sana.
Thank you muno Mike.
Angel ni muikariri gite wa andu ethi kuria Jubilee.
Yes.
Na ndakiona we party colors very
ready. Ino ni oguo ya gwikiro nginya 10th August 2027. Gutire gucenjia.
Karibu sana geithie rore rucini ruru.
Thank you muno Mike. Thank you muno ni gutunyita ugeni na kwaririria maundu ma mbeũ njithi, very important, a crucial time for our nation. No nyambe kwamba gukinyia ngeithi cia andu mwanya kwina Anastasia wa hukuma kuria Duberi ajira ngugeithie muno.
Thank you.
Kwina youth leader wa Kimani wa Wachira auga ngugeithie onake.
Asante.
Kwina ginya Ianikwa kuma kuria Lari mawajira ngugeithie muno and they are tuned ni meroteire show ino with a lot of expectations tondu ni maramenya this is time for the youth ni hindi ya mbeũ njithi tuigue mugambo wa mbeũ njithi.
Mbeũ njithi ni turonire kigomano giki kirari kuo ona muthenya wa ira President William Ruto ni aramaririire muno akiuga uhoro wa ICT akiuga uhoro wa maundu maria muno ma ICT related ona kumwe arauga ni tuthondekaga thimu guku bururi-ini no kiuria kinene kiria kiroranio mbeũ njithi ni maheanite mugambo wao ni marorio o kiria mekwenda kana no andu maraririria ndeto cia mbeũ njithi.
Thirikari ino uria ikite no kwaria and gutiri maundu maingi mareka na gutiri maundu maingi tungiona na tuge ati thirikari ino ni endete mbiu njithi tondu nie personally njitikitie thirikari ino imenete mbiu njithi muno ni undu wa matangatho maria makoretwo magika maundu maria makoretwo magika ona kuga ati turathwo maguru-ini ni undu wa guthie maandamano kana guthie protest. It is ni kaundu gataronania, I mean the embracement of young people in Kenya. Tondu ona maririo horo wa kiria maundu ma Nyota Fund, but the education sector is wanting. Uguo ni gutwira atia. Ona kurari na appointments cia NCIC, National Cohesion Commission. Na gutiri ona mbiu njithi ona imwe mara appointite commission ino yo. So ukarigwa atiriri, they are not putting young people at the front of leadership. No ni marenda kwiona ni ati ni maraririria horo wa Ayuthi. Ona ungiona matamshi Mama Samia Suluhu, no ugo mathakaru wa mwitaga mama mchafu ona nini ndrona hana ugo, because wauga ati we need to deal with this generation decisively. Ni kuga atia, it is very wrong todo our generation is under attack. Turetwo terrorists, tugacoka tugetwo arsonists, tugetwo ati andu matarenda kuhikania kana kuhika. But the economy is not doing us justice. Koguo haria turi ta mbiu njithi ya Kenya ni tuhinyiriirio muno. What we are doing is fighting for justice. Na ni urona mucemanio uyo wa France na in Africa Forward Summit, ma proclamations na the things that were being said there cironania uhoro wa colonialism. Na mbiu njithi ni mireyumiria once more ku protest that summit na kuga atiriri uguo murathie mutigathie uguo tondu once you get into the pockets of the French iyo no gucoka mau no gututwithwe Gen Z at 2027 kuma 2022 nginya 2027 tugacokio o haria a mau mari tukarwira bururi tukarwa from outside powers. We are becoming a generation of fighters. That is not what we were born to do. Tomboya magiukira makore mucemanio tocio githie na mbere. Just because you have one president from France, mugacokaniriria 30 heads of state. It's a very bad show of our president. Na ugiona William Ruto makiariria horo wa G2G. Ni all I see is one gangster to another gangster. Tanzania and Kenya gutire deal on imwe. Igikorwo ati ni ya guteithia mu Kenya. It is just one government to another government, gangster to gangster. The same thing dirona na French president na Kenyan president. Gutiri undu munene ukumira hau ugututeithia Mike. It is just personal benefits. Mariririo horo wa strengthening the military. Why are we strengthening the military in 2027? Kwena kongamano nyingi muno all across the world shikiariria maundu ma peace and security. But you trust strengthen military. Why are we strengthening the military?
Tokoro hi tondu Varanja ni maraigatirwo Senegal. Sorry. Varanja maraigatwo kuma kuria Senegal. Marero jesi yanyu riu no yanjie gukujamburi na ruwa. Thiei tutiramuvatara. Then the irony of it all, na kiona ona ucio uramaigatire Senegal arari o guku arari o kigomano kiu guku toko hihi ni bururi turakienda
Mike, ugiona andu makiyuria ma forms niguo mathie mabururi ma nanja reke ngwire the trouble they go through when they are there, it is unimaginable. Nikio ugiona kwena protest kana kwena a cry for a different liberation, ukona diaspora niyo makoragwo na mbemwe go support movements ta icio tondu ni meyoneire o kuria mari kana ni Europe kana ni America kana ni Middle East kana ni kuria gwa mu China. It is bad outside our boundaries. Tungiaga gwiyakira bururi witu, the grass is not greener on the outside. It is greener here where we water it. Koguo ona ko France andu airu ni maranyarirwo muno maundu ma turero ati ona wanyitwo ni undu wa kaundu wikite ku tatarigita for example Florida France wi mundu mwiru wanyitwo wikio theinie uga serve term yaku ya 2 3 5 years washoka wakoro release 3 ugacokio bururi wanyu, but why are you doing that? Why are you punishing one person twice? It is kwena maundu mekikaga ku mavuriri macio, they are not good at all. Koguo ona magikio nja wa Senegal merwo macoke kwao tondu noguo mekaga andu airu ku mari. They keep them off, makariha wages very little, magacoka magakorwo second class citizen the moment, na nĩngenda kwĩra a Kenya na mbeũ njĩthĩ, the moment you step out of Kenya you become a second class citizen. Kũrĩa bũrũri wa America, we mũndũ mũirũ, we mwanake mũirũ, a young man, a young black man, you are more likely to die, be shot by the police, kana gũthiĩ njera. You are one heartbeat away from that. Wauma bũrũri wa Kenya, all your rights become second. Nikio turuga, we need to build our own country. And now, conversation yao ya France na Forward Summit, ni kwarĩrĩria ũhoro wa maũndũ ma credit, maũndũ ma, you know, better terms and better rates for credit. But ithuĩ locally ni turamenya mbeca ici citirahũthĩka wega. We are talking about odious debt, we are talking about corruption, we are not spending this money efficiently. President gwĩtia 17 billion share office of the president ni kuga atĩa. Ministry of Health niyo yagirwo gwĩtia mbeca ta icio. Not the office of the president. 17 billion ici marenda gũkomba nĩguo matware some of these resources macitware kwĩ health sector, education sector, but it's supposed to be something we do. We are not supposed to be borrowing nĩguo tũhote gwĩka maũndũ ma o mũthenya, day to day. We are supposed to borrow for investment. No, we are borrowing to pay teachers. We are borrowing nĩguo patients aria me Kenyatta mahote kuheo irio. We can't be borrowing for money like that. Nitawe wina ciana ciaku muciĩ handu ha gucirĩhĩra school fees no tours uramatwara. It doesn't help. Put the basic things on the table.
Tidrakomba de matware tour.
Matware tour. Mukaji enjoy na matirathiĩ cukuru na mũndũ arwara mwana ũmwe arwara, that is the end. You have to be deliberate.
Wendy, inyuĩ nĩ mũraigua mũkuruhanĩtio, nĩ mũraigua mũ involved nĩ thirikari, nĩ mũraigua ta thirikari ĩna bata na inyuĩ ona ĩkĩmwarĩrĩria, nĩ mũraigua tarĩ maũndũ manyu ĩrarĩrĩria?
Well, at some point they do it well. Kama hii Anyota Fund, I've seen youth benefits, although I feel our prioritize the main thing. They are doing the things that I feel see priority. Because uwezi niambia anaenda, you give the Nyota Fund to the youths, yet kuna a comrade ako shule anasuffer party fees. The universities are suffering of debts. So I feel priority, the things that should be prioritized ziko prioritized kwa the current government. Na pia hata kama wanaongea they aren't consulting us, wajue what we want. Yes.
Mukiaraniria inyuĩ we nĩwe munene wa students kuria KU.
Sure.
Marakwĩra marenda atĩa?
The comrades wanataka, for instance, let me speak for my according to me.
Yes.
Kutoka huko nyumbani, there are some places yenye nilipatanga kuna vikingi za stima while I was in class 3. Until now ziko hakuna stima.
Vikingi ziko lakini stima hakuna.
Yet no kuna kwinare better empowerment bakaeza na billions of money, millions of money. Personally nashanganga, because how do you empower yet kuna a road yenye inaweza saidia our moms wenye wanalima, they are able to transport their produce. Yes, so I feel priorities at some point.
Na sazile muroya kadi ria murathire kuoya kura. Muroire kura niguo mwike atia?
Turojere kura kenda to make changes and to elect the right leaders wenye tunajua they will listen to us. They will consult us, they will know what we want, na pia wenye wamekuwa na sisi wenye wanajua what we are going through. Yes.
Kuratuika ogo how the right leaders. No watuika o inyuĩ no inyuĩ mũkũhũthĩka. One, muheo magana meri. Two, muheo njohi pio o ũrĩa kwahoteka. Kuria all kalau. The most unfortunate thing, beũ njĩthĩ nĩo maretu ivadi ciao, nĩo maredi ivadi ciao. You know, mwĩ tayari kuoya kura nĩ ũndũ ũmwe.
Sure.
Gũkanathi gũikia kura nĩ ũndũ ũrĩa ũngĩ. Nĩ mwĩharĩirie?
Yes, youths, we should do it by 2027. But pia youth tunakuanga na issues because utapata tumegawanyika. Literally hatuwezi kwa the same place. But I plead with the youths, acha tuungane tu for the sake of our future. and the future is now, si kesho.
Na riria taru we ugithurwo mutongoria wa arutwo KU niki wamendagiria niki wendaga we mutongoria niki
Ndi mutongoria tondo I serve as the treasurer, the first ever, and I love seeing women in leadership, being involved on whatever is happening to our communities, to our schools, ndo tutete our youths. We are able to raise our voices, to say what we want. So for instance, it is because I am a leader that I am able to be here, so that niseme something to the youths. That is, tukae kandi na pia tuungane, because unity is power. Tukiungana pamoja, a united minority wanakuanga so powerful. Matters politics, matters leadership, hata kwa masomo. If you are united na teamwork pia, it's nice. So kitu naweza plead na our fellow youths is tuungane tu na tusikubali. But pesa ikikuja kula, but have your stand. Hii pesa ni yetu. My aunt sijui pesa imepotea kwa SHA. I guess it's money that they want to campaign with come 2027. Tukuleni hii pesa, but we vote at the right place.
Tuelete wale watu.
Tutoe uongozi mbaya.
Kuna kitu inanisumbua Angel. Nataka nirenda kuigua maoni manyu inyweri. Kwi wiki imwe thiru kuria Senate, mutongoria umwe na ni mutumia araria na arariria kana ka high school kairetu gokite okuona uria atongoria mekaga tondu hihi muthenya umwe kairetu kau kana hota gukanenda gukinya hau mari no arariria kairetu kau on national television na njira itari njega, you know, to sexualize the whole thing. Meciria manyu mutatumia na airetu mahana atia kuria atongoria taya mu ni mutongoria, albeit ni mutongoria nominated, no ni mutongoria ethe-ini wa bunge yo, you know, but niturona ungi eta Oroba akirutwo ni kwaria ma akirutwo ni kuga atiriri ihi kundu guku ri kwina andu mataratutwara wega akarutwo ni kwaria ma no uyu uroka go sexualize kana kurehe maundu matagirire hari kana ka high school muraigua atia mwitatumia?
First of all, Mike, kau karari kaundu karitu muno tondu it was very unfortunate na it was a bad joke made in a bad context. Tondu uguo miario yo nita miario iria yaragio maybe mwe kirabu kana mwe naja kuo uguo muriaria, miario yanyu ni miario yanyu, your individual conversations. No kwina aria mageriganirwo ni this is a national platform, this is the Senate. Na it was said in a very bad context na she was made to apologize na ndroni the apology was made shingo upande. But it is important to menye ati ta bururi wa Kenya, we value our country. Na tutige gweterera ati andu aria turacagura mathie kuria bunge kana mathie kuria Senate ati ne megucenjia makorwo me different. Mwona mundu okorwo miario yake ihana go atanathurwo noguo mekuhana mathie ku. There was no surprise with andu angi aria tutwarite kuria bunge. Okorwo mundu ni muici eguthie kuria kuiya. And that is nothing different. Na nitugaga na nitukoretwo on record ta voters tukiuga ati uria ni muici witu mwamutwara kuria bunge, nothing will change, nothing will be different. Na andu wona mundu okorwo TikToker na ni mundu wa kuina TikTok no kuina egutwara kuria no ini egutwara kuria. Okorwo mundu ni comedian, don't expect anything different. Na githungu tugaga don't expect a bicycle to work like a Mercedes Benz. Vaithikiri no vaithikiri. Ndugeterere yambie kuruta wira ta German machine. Koguo twatwara andu kuria bunge tumenya ni aturatwara kuria. Okorwo ni andu a wash don't expect anything different. Koguo mundu ta that senator, it was very clear ni arona ni tie dalili icio ona kamwira ona atanathurwo ona kana tondu ni aracaragia gite kia woman rep that time arakorwo nominated. The signs were very clear. When we put garbage in, we get garbage out. And na nikio ndironire ona DCP leader ira akianirira what candidate wake Gotho what he has done, you know, akauga ni ena degree, ni athomete, ni ekite ona amejitolea hapa na pale. Ona Jubilee tukiruta candidate witu ira nituraugire engineer Kigwa Wilson ni mundu rutite wira thini wa ICT sector, because now that's the work of political parties. Todo Kenyans at the end of the day kwina mundu roga ni ndi wa Jubilee na gucagura mundu wa Jubilee ahane atia kana atia. So the trust is also on us as the political parties. It is important todo riu gite kia nomination tigite kia subject to the people, you know, voters how no mauge atiriri tithwe, that one is on you as a political party. But kwena ona ite iria cia elected iria tukoretwo tugithie very wrong. Na ite cia nomination ne wega twecirie ringi. Gite kia nomination, we need to relook the law on how we nominate. At least we need to have some boundaries. Tuge atiriri mundu akorwo na githomo gikinyite ona tondu right now it is open. Okorone wa, as long as you're a Kenyan, you can be elected to parliament. Let us have some decorum. That time, past independence, not to gerugiri ogo, there were not so many educated people in the country. Nor we in the constitution of 2010, they are more educated than ever before. We have a highly educated population. We need to introduce at least a diploma or even a degree for some roles. Na tugegete kia nomination, nigo koro nominated. At least you need to have run for office. I think it is very important that we subject ourselves to the people of Kenya. At least corona political experience. Omenye ati todo o mundu wothe ucaguritwo kana ukageria na ukaga gucagurwo. There is an experience that you learn, and you will never take wabici yaku, you'll never take it for granted. Ni ukumenya kwina maundu ingiuga na kwina maundu itagiuga. Tariu kwaja kwina governor wa Kiambu augite ati you know atumia maheo tumithi kana maheo ki, you know akiaria uru na miario yo igimukost giti giake. Koguo angicoka hau ringi kurugama giti kiu ndangiaria uguo ringi. Because we need to subject ourselves to the people and get some people with some political experience. Not just at riu tondu wina besha and you are the highest bidder ukaheo giti. We send very disappointing people to parliament. Ona mundu uyu witagwo William Ruto eheririo cabinet ni ya Kibaki ni undu wa corruption, scandals after scandals, and today tuikarite ha tukiareria horo wa gangster to gangster. Twarigwo niki is just perfecting the art. If you are a con man, you'll always be a con man. Kogo tumenye ati if there is no Damascus moment for anyone, gutire kumuhe kanya ona kariku. Ona ni ta Njumbuthia gicaria gite kia woman rep Kiambu jaragia noguo ngari ya mbunge mutigeterere jeje miario yakwa hana noguo ngakorwo ku mbunge githomo kiria ndinakio nokio ngatwara mbunge kiria ndanyitire haha university ya Nairobi na ndirakenio muno ni Wendi tondu nani ndari o hau miakona ethirite ona ni ndari vice president haha Sonu na ni twarwagira muno maundu marutwo na ni mwana akaraga muno twahinga university we but we did not want to raise the cost of education. Twarihaga 30,000 per year. 30,000 we dagitari ugithomera engineering ugithomera political science ni ndathomire political science twarihaga 30,000 ithuothe twari equal in the university. Gutiri uria wari munene gukira uria ungi ndari munini wa Babu Wino hindi yo
any time ya Babu Wino
na tukiuga thirikari eno ndikagerie kuraise and they were empathetic. Today hindi on twarakaraga muno ni undu wa thirikari kugeria ati kuraise fees, but they would listen and they stepped back. Thirikari no ya Uhuru wa Kenyatta mena Matiang'i, they stepped back. No, ndirona the impunity, the punitive, the ruthlessness the young people are being subjected to is terrible. It is terrible. Todo nie njui maundu meri. Thirikari no ya William Ruto ethuire maundu meri. Mbeu njithe na ciama cia uteti. Those two things, they hate them completely. Ũngĩona ũguo mararuta maũndũ ma ODM na kwanja reke njaririe Jubilee njuge ati kuma William Ruto aiga Biblia chini, alipoweka Biblia chini ambĩrĩirie na kĩama kĩa Jubilee
kimuhura muno
agituhura muno agituma andu maguka gutu split gwikira Jubilee A Jubilee B ogwo na ODM ati ODM linda ground na linda mwananchi ogwo niguo twatoretio ni William 2022 2023 handu ha kurutira a Kenya wira. When will that man ever sit down in the office to work? Jubilee 2022 Political Parties Tribunal, 2023 High Court, 2024 bado turio High Court, 2025 niguo twacokirio kiama gitu kia Jubilee twina Uhuru wa Kenyatta ta party leader na ni tondu ni turebanga tukorwo na presidential candidate whom we have now, Fred Matiang'i. Ukona William Ruto kumena amenete ciama cia kiuteti is at a very high level. Ugiona kiama kia ANC, it has been folded now. It is now a non-profit organization. Ni kiama, not under the Political Parties Act. It is a different story. Arenda oganie ciama ciothe cikorwo ci rungu wake. Arenda gutucokia ere ya kanu ya single party democracy. Wanting to kill political parties. ODM onao ni mara complain, ni maraigua ruo rwa kwaga mbeca cia political parties fund. Na ona Jubilee ni tukoretwo na gathina kau. It is money we are entitled to. It is money that we are entitled to constitutionally. No thirikari ino ya William, it just takes you one step forward, two step backwards, so that you don't have a platform ya kwaririria. Na ona media ici ni marenda gucinyitukia, to gag the media. This is a government that is out to finish the people of Kenya. Dirona kwina goodwill oneriko egiuma kwe thirikari ino ya William. Na the only thing that stands between us na kweheria thirikari ino ya William ni institution ya bunge. The people we elected to parliament acio niyo maratu let down. Igiremwo bunge ku parliament, I would have now tabled a motion of no confidence to impeach the president of the Republic of Kenya. No thaici no gwitigira maretigira. They are scared. What was done to Rigathi Gachagua can be done to William Ruto. Exactly. Back to back, this process is the same.
No gutiri andu marenda kwiyumiria makorwo ni o mareka.
Gutiri mundu araigwa ena urume ucio wa kuga William Ruto you must go. Tondu Ruto must go. Ni kuga you can do it officially and legally. Tondu Ruto rero ati Ruto must go ati youth beo jethe ni mwagite gitio. What are you telling us? Gwetia transparency is not a luxury. It is a right. Koguo matige gutwira ati tumekosa nidhamu ati toa mikwaju kutoka huyu Mama Suluhu.
Wendi muraiguire mwerwo murutirwo mikwaju muraiguire ati tondu Mama Suluhu araugire umahure mwena ucio wa gwaku na ni ndimahure na guku gwakwa. Na ndio kana uronire uhoro ucio wa Senate.
Okay. About Mama Suluhu, nafikiria is making the same point that Ruto made last year when tulikuwa na Gen Z protests. Ile yenye alisema tugongwe kwa mguu.
Pigwe risasi kwa mguu.
Ni watoto wenu. These are your children. And instead of doing that, I guess the right thing is to listen to us. There is power in conversation, yes. So the government inafaa tusikize the youths. About the Senate, it's so banned, especially kama inatoka from a fellow lady. Hiyo ni mbaya sana. Nasemanga kama you can't support a lady, kama you can't help the lady, especially kama we ni a fellow lady, mwache tu. Just keep quiet. And to the ladies, we shouldn't be silenced. Kama you want something, there are better people out there who are ready to nurture us. Personally, I am a mentee of Lucy Wamaitha Mashugu. Alinituma na salamu.
Lucy Mashugu.
Aliniambia nikusalimie sana.
Niwo commentate.
She's my mentor. Alikuwa vice president
KU.
She's a nice girl. So to the ladies, kuna watu wazuri huku nje. The young ones na pia the elder ones who are ready to mentor us. So the moment umepata the negative energy, let us ignore. To ignore the negative energy and to tafute the best mentors, the best people to talk to when someone tries to silence you ama na kuongelea vibaya, to look down upon you, just go on with whatever you want to achieve and everything is achievable.
Ambition yako beyond kukua one of the leaders KU, ambition yaku nä rä kå kä oneki gä aku nä kä rä kå warä kia hau tondå Lucy nä ndärona ngwä cia rä u ekå rä a må ranga akä ruta wä ra na MCA Bogua
Yeah.
we å renda atä a?
Well, in the outside politics, napenda kutetea the community. So, and I know the limit is beyond the sky. So, najua I'm going far. I don't have a specific ambition yenye naweza kuambia sat now. In the beginning, I used to love Wamuchomba. But sasa vile alilegea, I used to become Wamuchomba from Meru. But sasa vile alilegea, but still she's a nice lady, very courageous. And I want to be that one courageous lady. Design ya yule mama wa Nyanza. Bad girl.
Mili Odhiambo. Mili Odhiambo. Rĩrĩa mũkwĩrorera mũrĩ mbeũ njĩthĩ, rĩrĩa mũkwĩrorera atongoria mũkauga ũrĩa nĩ ng'ania ũrĩa nĩ ng'ania, nĩkĩo ndaigua ũru mũno rĩrĩa senator ũcio araririe mĩario ĩyo araririe. Rĩrĩa mũkwĩrorera atongoria nĩkĩ mũrenda kuma kũrĩ o? Taru no uga no agweta wa Mucomba murata witũ ari boss yakwa by the way no kauga alilegea niki kulegea guku ni kuriku niki murona mutarenda thiini wa atongoria aria mekuo gwa kaida gaka?
Mostly tunapendanga people who have stand. Kama you ulikuwa hii signs, usitupeleke hivi, utupeleke hivi. We love having a stand. Na pia turenda atongoria baria bagututhikira bwega. We want development. We want to see our country that is growing. For instance, atufai kuwa tunaongelea matters roads, matters stima at this century. Tunafaa kuwa mbele kiasi.
So nyinyi mkiingia mtafanya nini different? Because it's one thing kuga area, it's one thing to point fingers. And it's another thing guka kuga atiriri nie ndaingira ri kana nie ingiheo kanya ri o ni guingika.
Well, for instance tuseme the education matters, kuna a time Kibaki made it free, ilikuwa inaenda ikiwa hisi, but sasa the moment tumekuja tunarudi pale eti mpaka university yenye 30,000 ilikuwa inalipwa pa student ukifanya law, ukifanya medicine, ukifanya political science. So ilikuwa inaenda ikiwa simple, and we thought instead of orato ikirwe bamwe bageta bakiongaira becha, it is better that ingekuwa totally free, of which I know in Kenya it's capable. Kama ile mambo inaendelea huko kwa Ndindi Nyoro, free education and matters roads. Unajua kitama karoda ushindi hapo, unamalizia tu. Sasa tulilia kutoka wakati wa Moi eti barabara ni mbaya, tutalia hadi lini? Tukiingia hapo we want development na kufanya zile mambo tunaona zinapeleka nchi yetu mbele.
Ebu nikurudishe tu kidogo. Na no nyende kumenya Angel, still no gukuria kiuria giki. 1 Kabira, 2 Kiama. Inywe mwita mbeũ njĩthĩ nĩ ciramuingira tondu menye nie ni nyonangite tumiaka kidogo na ukabira wiho ndio koitha na tondu every time uno ngitwara mundu kwanyu oragio no ako drorio ka no akangemi ka no akangema kana no wa kiviciko murendwo kumenywo ni mu kabira uriku na ni ngahikanie ni ngigwira wero arahikirie kabira na kwa kahinda kanene siasa cia bururi uyu ikoretwo kabira area against kabira area. 2007 I was still a journalist oguku Citizen TV ni donire kiundu itakenda ukanona ringi kiundu kirathie na ni turaigua drums of war kuria wendi ni murarora na kabira na na gĩkĩama ukauga atirĩrĩ ũrĩa no akĩama kĩa UDA atigana nacio nĩ two-term Angel no Jubilee arĩa nao nĩ one-term nĩ mũrarona noguo mwĩ mbeũ njĩthĩ
about tribe, I guess, well, it's nice to be identified from your tribe. Personally, mpenda gwetwa anywhere I go, napenda wajua ama Meru because I'm proud of my community. Yes, si mbaya kukua identified by your tribe, but at the same time siasa ya ukabila hapana. Ni mbaya. About chama, it is right to identify yourself kukua in a certain chama because it helps. But pia politics, as you said, imekuwa tu ikichezwa in the field of ukabila and stuff. But speaking about pia Mount Kenya, naweza sema tuungane tu. Otherwise, division itatuletea mashinda. We should be one Kenya, one Mount Kenya, yes. But kabila pia si mbaya kukua identified from your tribe. Yeah.
Dori no ndo arĩrĩ wendi. I mean, Angel. Tũraikarire haha kĩmũrĩ-inĩ gĩkĩ. Na haragia mũtumia gwĩtwo Jerry. Onake no a Jubilee. Na ngwĩciria onake arenda kũrũgama women rep. Na aratwĩra atĩrĩrĩ, Jerry nĩ ngũkwĩra rĩtwa rĩake rĩothe. Aratwĩra atĩrĩrĩ, turahura mundu gwitwo Kithure Kindiki na no Mount Kenya. You know, niki kiratuma ithuĩ na ithuĩ twanjie kũria atirĩrĩ kuga ũrĩa tigana inake no ithuĩ nĩ ithuĩ akĩrĩma mũno. You get no anyita politics ici. Gwacoka ugoka atirĩrĩ kũrĩ ona angĩ still Mario UDA. Kũrĩ ona angĩ Mario ciama ingĩ no meciria mao no macio ma two-term. Ona kũrĩ ona arĩa Mario makĩrĩa one-term. Koguo ũkabira kaigua atirĩrĩ kĩama kĩrĩa twatigira kĩama kĩa Jubilee nĩ gĩa Gĩkũyũ, kĩama kĩa DCP nĩ gĩa Gĩkũyũ, kĩama kĩa UDA nĩ gĩa Kalenjin. Ũkabira ũyũ woka nĩ tũkũrũgamia bũrũri kweli, and especially harĩ youth.
Niĩ ngwĩciria ta twaredia ũhoro wa kĩama na tribe ũguo kabira ũguo ũrauga. Ngiona maũndũ ma party na institutions ũguo nyone observate mbeũ njĩthĩ and members of my generation nĩ atĩ kwĩna an element of mistrust. Ũngiona ĩno tuko card initiative at first nĩ arĩ na hesitance kwĩ mbeũ njĩthĩ nĩ ũndũ matiramenyete atĩ makorwo registered na IEBC kura yao nĩ gũkorwo safeguarded. That was the issue. Na communication ĩrĩa IEBC ĩraheanaga matiranyitanagia, can we really trust this institution? Kura citũ no cikũiywo. Are we better off not voting or voting? Kwĩna ciũria icio nĩ mareyũria mũno, but at least initiative ĩyo ya tuko kadi nĩ ĩrateithĩrĩria mũno tondũ at least nĩtũronire registration ya kinya nginya target ya IEBC ya 2.5 million na nginya magisurpass to 2.6 million. Gwĩciria nao they are maybe nearing 3 million. Na target ya IEBC ni 6 million by 2027, which is a target ndirona ta realistic. Ndirona kwĩna element of mistrust thĩinĩ wa mbeũ njĩthĩ because ona maũndũ ma tribe na party reke njambĩrĩrie na party ciama nĩ maretigĩra mũno kiama who owns the party. Kiama gĩkĩ kĩa Jubilee nĩ kĩao, kiama gĩkĩ kĩa ODM who is the kingpin, you know. Marona ta leadership is from one perspective. Onokorwo nĩ mũrauga one term rĩ mũrauga one term nĩkĩ? Okay, mbeũ njĩthĩ nĩ tũrauga one term na inyuĩ nĩ mũrauga one term nĩkĩ? Who is set to gain at the end? Will there be a handshake? Kwanja kĩũria kĩu nĩ kĩũru mũno. Nĩ ũrona ta Uhuru mangĩgeithania na Ruto, nĩ ũrona ta Gachagua mangĩgeithania na Ruto, nĩ ũrona ta, you know, that's something that they are asking themselves so much. And going back to your question ya kĩrĩa ya gũkorwo na msimamo, that is what our leaders, that is what we have been subjected through. Mbeũ njĩthĩ okorwo no mathiĩ nginya mbunge 2024 June 25th mathiĩ na makinye na maingĩre na makarĩa nginya mũcere. they were committed and they had a stand. Na marekagia hau mathie State House. They were very sure about what their agenda was very clear. And that is what they are hoping they can get from their leaders. That is what we are trying to do. That's why we are here today, this morning, kugaterere ta kiama riu kia Jubilee, party leader witu na deputy party leader witu Dr. Fred Matiang'i arauga kiama giki ni kia mbiu njithi, come and take over the party. Na ciama, they are not entirely owned by anyone. You can take your party to court to ask questions. Na ciama cioyagirirwo ni delegates tondu kwina the highest organ decision making body ikoragwo National Delegates Convention, the NDC. Iyo niyo irehaga delegates kuma the whole country, mugoka mucemanio umwe, mukauga this is our presidential candidate, this is how we are going to conduct elections, this will be the nomination fees, you know, members of the same opinion. That iyo niyo bunge ya kiama. Koguo ndirenda kwira mbiu njithi, occupy delegates positions. Now, as parties are doing grassroots elections, how niho kuigirira kiama. That is where your voice will be heard. Nikio turuga mapema ndio best. Tuigire, let's join political parties right now and take over political parties. No single person owns a political party. Yeah. We were in court. Tware igotini tukiorio ciuria 2022-2023. Onokorwo cirari malicious na cirari na a defined agenda, but anyone can go and take their leaders to court and ask, nidireda marua maya, nidireda ta gujiri wa bugu. He is asking questions as a party leader. He has his own intentions and his own plan, but you have a right as a member of any party to ask questions. Yeah, beo jethe matigire kuigira ciama ici already established. Tuigire ciama ici on a data youth leader wa kiama kia Jubilee. I would also want to see a deputy party leader who is young, kona national organizing secretary who is young. We tutigikorwo subjected na gite kimwe kia Ayuthi. But that will only be determined when we have more delegates who are youth within the party. Todo how niho kiama kioyagirirwo. You go to NDC, you can protest and leave. It is very clear. The structures of the party are very clear. Maundu ma tribal politics, maundu ma ukabira tuonetio ni thirikari ino ya William. Tondu hindi iria twathiite United Opposition Rally kuria Gikuyu, we were tear gassed heavily. Ni undu ni turenda gwika mucemanio thiini wa Kikuyu town. What is that telling us? Tondu mubunge ucio turathie gwake kwina bara, koguo turarua one Kimani, another Kimani. One Kamau to another Kamau. Tear gassing each other. Na ginya kwina andu marakorirwo ginya maratwarwo ginya thibitari ni kunika maguru o rally iyo na ndirari oho makigeria kurira borithi na tear gas na live bullets. Tondu maundu ma uthie protest na rallies thiko ici now is become a matter of life and death. It is in the 1000 ways to die in Kenya. Guthie rally mucemanio wa uteti no ukwire ko. So not supposed to be happening in 2026, the era of artificial intelligence. Koguo horo yo wa tribal politics, anytime it is introduced, then wa conversations here beojethe nemenyaga that is a government agenda. Todo beojethe tutietekanĩtie na maundu ma tribe na tribal politics. Ane goda kuga hindi mwe gatwita twina mwanake uyu wa kuma Nyanza witagwo Kasmuel Makuure. Murata wakwa muno ndenda kumugeithia muno Kasmuel. I want to greet you this morning. I hope one day we can come on this show together and show the country.
Ni agurirwo ni thirikari.
Ni wega oke haha twire tondu onake ni endetwo ni kwina mbeũ njĩthĩ ya mwendete muno kuma kuria Kiambu na Mount Kenya. Onake oke haha twire ni atia gwathire. Todo we cannot talk about his shoes and he's the one who is wearing that shoe. Ukajeta haha nake nega murehe. Onake atwire what is his story? Todo tabio jethe and we are friends. Mwena ucio wake wa siasa na ni ndi mwena uyu wa siasa. Okay atwire what happened in the process. Na muone the power of the youth in terms of talking across the tribes. Todo we talk and have our own political conversations. It doesn't matter where you come from. Okoro umite Korea Western or Korea Coast or Mathaine, we are still having our conversations. Na government area da gutushokia into our tribal cocoons, nego tutikahote ku make decisions outside tribal kingpins. Okoro we Gen Z kuma Mount Kenya ugufuata mundu ona okorwo we Gen Z kuma Githumo we hau cause government irenda kumenya andu othe meha cause once you have a rebel group that is tribeless matiramenya murauma ko murathie ko murenda atia niki you know once they don't understand an outfit megwika uguo Suluhu augaga wapigwe mikwaju kana uguo William Ruto augaga wapigwe risasi kwa miguu miario iyo no imwe na uguo mararehe France president guku na gwitia besha cia go strengthen the military the only threat they have is the youth of East Africa koguo ni ithuĩ tũraharĩrĩirio bara because once we go into 2027 tũrugire 2026 irarĩ semifinals cia Tanzania 2024 irarĩ kiria quarter finals kuria Uganda na riu the grand finale igukorwo guku 2027 and they want to gather the military niguo moke matuhinyiririe so that we don't have our voice is not heard in 2027 kukikuwa na maandamano kidogo watatuletea jeshi kutoka wapi Tanzania na Uganda because they will not use military ya huku Kenya they will use Tanzanians and Ugandans military guka gutuhinyiriria 2027 na ni besha icio maretia na ma conference maya maretania guku ma France they want to strengthen the military so that they finish the youth of Kenya tondu gutire kindu thirikari ino ya William na Samia na Museveni metigirite ta thimu ici citu thimu ici citu nicio silaha citu metigirite thimu ici citu gukira uria metigirite mabomu ma Iran this is what they fear the most and this is what they are coming for
tondu ino ni mukuhota kwaraniria
ino ni tukuhota kwaraniria na kuhoria thitima ici that is what they want to do na twagiginyana muno matutumire military cia kuma Uganda na Tanzania that is the plan cia go keep William Ruto in power no uguo marauga two term beo jethe nayo magoka makauga ngeli ya two term imebadilika two term toa two term kimbiza tutampeleka mpaka Sugoi tutamshinda hau ni hotori Mike
rugamira hau na sisi tutaikiria kidogo tena tuikirie o hanini tugicokereria ni hindi methagathaga marathie na mbere macira wa second deputy president wa bururi uyu mundu gwitwo Rigathi Gachagua niguo ndakiona mawakiri tugurona hau karavishoni-ini yaku mawakiri ni manjitie gukinya kahinda gatari kunene ni tuko tugithie kuu imwe kwa imwe tukorwo tukimenya ni atia kurathie na mbere na ni atia mawakiri maukienda ndaro hau thutha ngona ni ndona Ongoya ndona na ta Mũriũ wa mundu gwitwo Rigathi Gachagua ni ndamuona hau thutha ko niko kimaanisha magietereire majaji mako makiingira kahinda gatari kunene ntabarira ya Kimuri ni ceceni ya Inooro TV tuikirie coke kahinda gatari kunene.